Farrowing crates are enclosed stalls composed of metal to confine a sow 3 to 5 days before farrowing. Many commercial operations will keep the sow in the farrowing crate throughout the lactation period. These stalls are so small the sow cannot even turn around. The sow is only provided with enough room to stand, sit, or lie down. With no room for walking or any physical exercise for such an extended period of time, the sow's bones become weak and hooves become overgrown. This will eventually lead to laminitis. Muscle mass also decreases due to the inability to move. These components lead to an increased probability of slipping upon standing. With such restricted space, slipping can cause bodily harm to the sow. Sores develop on pressure point areas such as the shoulders, knees, hocks, and ankles, due to being housed on such unnatural and forgiving floors. The bottom of the stall usually consists of either concrete or metal slats that allow bodily excretions to fall between the slats and into a manure holding pit below. The buildup of urine and feces in the pit emits high levels of ammonia, which can cause respiratory problems for the sows and piglets. Swine are naturally highly social and curious animals. When intensively confined, swine are incapable of carrying out normal behavior patterns. This causes a great deal of stress to the sow. Inability to behave naturally and lack of stimulation kindle the onset of stereotypic behaviors. Stereotypic behaviors are characterized as movement or behavior that is abnormal, repetitive, and seemingly with no function or goal. Stereotypic behavior is common amongst crated sows and includes repetitive bar biting, head weaving, pressing their drinkers without drinking, and making chewing motions with an empty mouth, called sham or vacuum chewing. Stereotypic behavior can lead to physical injury such as sores from excessive rubbing against the crate's bars or damage in the mouth from bar biting and sham chewing. Alternatives to farrowing crates would be kennel and run systems, turnaround pens, group housing, and extensive systems. The kennel and run system is usually straw-bedded kennels that have a solid or slatted floor run. Creep feeding is provided for the piglets, but restriction from the sow. Usually the side panels of this type of pen can be adjusted accordingly. Turnaround pens allow the sow more movement than a traditional farrowing crate. Group housing lets the sow elicit natural nesting behaviors. The downside to this system is that piglet mortality increases due to sows fighting when they become restless right before farrowing, and sow protectiveness after farrowing. To reduce these incidences, producers can take part in the lung-strung system, in which sows will farrow in crates and then are transferred with their litter to a group housing once the piglets reach 10 to 14 days of age. At this period, sows are preoccupied with mothering, so fighting is minimized. Extensive systems or outdoor systems are relatively cheap. These systems can be just as successful as crates if managed correctly. This type of system requires specific soil types and climate areas. Parasite control will need to be monitored much closer as well as climate temperature to ensure vitality within the herd.